So here we are, Mahen, in the front seats of a Hummer EV, and I'm in the right-hand side seat, which is also the driving seat. So
Yeah.
it's a little bit, it's unconventional to be in an American vehicle, especially something so iconic as a Hummer, be in the right-hand side front seat and find the steering wheel and pedals right here.
I know, right? Ashok, this is a 2024 EV and a GMC that's here in Sri Lanka and converted from left-hand drive to right-hand drive by our friends in Otago.
Yeah, and a very important point that I remember they told us is that this volume knob here, which I got some video of as well, has been ported over from the left side to the right side, simply because they know it's ergonomically annoying to have to reach across like that and adjust the volume while you're driving. So they've thought of every little thing, Mahen.
That is true,
And
Ashok.
this is a broad vehicle.
Yeah, that's true. And Ashok, again, like I was saying, really struck me is the fact that they go that extra mile to ensure that quality is maintained, especially with this kind of conversion. There can be complications in technology, in terms of safety, in terms of everything else, and even craftsmanship. Ashok, I think what they do is when they take a left-hand drive car and convert it to a right-hand drive car, you can't use these bits and pieces on the dashboard or this entire center console as is. There are certain changes they have to do, and what they do is they 3D print some of these parts, and all these parts are Sri Lankan made, Ashok. And in terms of craftsmanship, for vehicles like this, a GMC Hummer EV going into one of the 40 countries that they export to, I mean, I am proud personally.
Yeah, I'm proud too. It's a real testament to what us Sri Lankans can achieve if we want to do it. So anyone who, and I've also been guilty of this saying that now we are Sri Lankan, we can't do much. We can, because the entire dashboard of this vehicle has had to be locally fabricated simply because you can't just swap things around. It's not a symmetric dashboard where, in the old days there were some cars that the dashboards were symmetric, so they could make it for the market. But that era is long gone, and there are so many things such as safety systems. I mean, Rob was telling us even the headlamps, the headlamp throw for a left-hand drive vehicle is different to that of a right-hand drive vehicle. So even all those things they have to address, and the fact that all this is locally crafted, it really makes me proud, because I just take an example here, Mahen, the power window switch, which is on the left-hand side door, because for a left-hand vehicle the driver has to have it right next to them, is now on the right-hand side door. And it's not just a matter of taking the piece out of the left-hand side and putting it in the right-hand side, because the design is different. It has curves, angles, sculpting. So they've actually had to make certain components while the switches remain. They've had to make certain components like the surrounds and the trim pieces and things to integrate that stuff right here.
That is true.
And even here, Mahen, like the memory for the seat, for the power adjustable seats, the driver seat has memory function.
Okay.
They've had to move that as well to the right, because the driver seat is now on the right. And by the way, if you didn't notice already, Mahen, it's a ventilated seat.
Oh yeah.
I switched on your ventilator just before you got in.
Yeah. It actually feels very comfortable in here, and first time being in a Hummer, to be honest, Ashok.
Same for
and
me.
We have an H2 over there. That is one of my favorites. It still is, and it took me a while to get used to this new design of the Hummer EV, Ashok, to be honest. But now it's starting to grow on me. I mean, I really like this very strong and solid, muscular looking design that they've maintained. I know it's a little roundish compared to the H2 or the H1, of course. With the H3 we saw a change. We saw a change in design and size with the H3, but I think in terms of dimensions and magnitude, the Hummer EV 2024 really lives up to what it's meant to be. And these retractable roofs, we got 4 detachable roofs,
Mahen, that is pretty cool, and that's a really neat feature of the Hummer. I think Rob demonstrated to us when we were having a chat with him that you can remove the 4 roof panels and you just go open air basically. So it's ideal safari vehicle of sorts, I suppose.
And it's luxurious as well. So much space here.
I think so too. In fact, I think what we should do, Mahen, we should both leave the video running, get out of here, and get into the back seat.
Oh, let's do that.
Let's do that. Well, so here we are. I
think we might have to shout a little bit more, Ashok.
Probably.
Yeah.
But I mean, see, we've got climate control here as well, Mahen. We've got a single zone climate control here, and
Yeah.
it's fairly roomy, I'd say. You know, for a mid-size, average-sized person like us, I mean, I think we fit okay, right?
Yeah, for sure, Ashok. And wow,
We've got a center armrest.
yeah, I really like the look of this vehicle, and it really feels like one of those armored vehicles, except it's not. But it can be converted as well. Rob does that as well.
Yep,
Ashok.
if you need armor protection,
Yeah.
they will do it for you.
And so wow, this is amazing. Honestly, I'm enjoying my time in one of these American SUVs, which I usually will not be able to do in Sri Lanka.
Put on a massive trunk as well there.
And
This is quite an experience because first time being in a Hummer and first time being in a right-hand drive Hummer too. So, you know, your expectations of being in a Hummer challenged a bit.
yeah,
But
that is
yeah, I
good.
mean, I'm pretty comfortable here, aren't you, Mahesh?
I am. Maybe let's go back to the front, Ashok. What do you think?
I think those ventilated seats are calling us.
That is true. Okay. Did we lock ourselves in?
I hope not.
It's good BTS.
Good BTS material, isn't it, Mahen? I think what I'm going to do is...
Oh, you're gonna unlock yourself to manual, man.
Yep.
Nice. And they're frameless doors as well. Oh, good.
Yes, they are.
Good BTS. Ah, okay. Okay, so
Well,
I mean here.
that was interesting, wasn't it, Mahen? I think the Hummer EV tried to swallow us up.
That is true, Ashok. I noticed something now. The shutter was right up, I thought. However, when I closed the door, it went a little bit more up.
Yes, that's because of the frameless door design. When you
Okay.
pull the door to open it,
Ah.
you notice when you pull the door
Very
handle, it drops a little bit. And
Oh.
that's a feature that some frameless door vehicles have when the glass is very close to the frame of the body, actually.
I see.
So it's a safety thing, basically. I mean, you don't want your windows breaking. So
Yes, correct. And Ashok, this steering wheel is quite interesting.
Very sporty, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's very simple though. I like it. There's no chrome on this as far. Oh, it's like very muted at least.
yeah, it's
And
very muted then.
feels like I'm in kind of some kind of game, Ashok, to be honest. You know, some kind of futuristic game, and I'm in a very treacherous situation, but I feel very comfortable and
Very
safe.
capable and comfortable.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
this has got, passenger seat is power adjustable too,
Yeah.
which I guess you'd want.
It's got this real airplane kind of vibe, really
does, doesn't
military
it?
aircraft kind of vibe to it as well. And the styling, Ashok, is quite square. I think that's a thing that Hummer kind of held on
Yeah,
to.
it's a very iconic design actually. It's because basically they converted their military battlefield vehicle for civilian use because a little somebody called Arnold Schwarzenegger wanted one of
He's
them
the
for,
one who made it
himself,
famous,
you know.
correct.
So one does not say no to the Terminator. So
Yeah.
American Motors at that time or AM General couldn't say no to
They
him.
didn't
so,
want to
you know,
get terminated.
Exactly.
Okay.
So his
wow.
persistence led to this brand.
Man, I'm honestly really proud that Sri Lankans are doing all this. As
It's
Rob said,
absolutely incredible.
99.9% of the employees are Sri Lankan.
That's because the only foreigner is him basically. And he's very proud of that fact
Yes,
too because you know.
yes. And man, I'm really enjoying my time over here. Unfortunately, we cannot drive this due to certain regulatory reasons, Ashok. Because
Yeah, and I think I should tell what those regulatory reasons are.
Yeah.
It's very silly because it's totally out of Auto Group's
Yeah.
control. It's basically
Yeah.
that they have a very limited mileage given to them by the authorities for this kind of vehicle because it's re-exported. I think it's something like 13 kilometers or something like that. I forget. I must ask Rob.
Yeah.
But I think that's a bit ridiculous because vehicles like this, you know, when you're doing this, you need to be able to test them properly, right? But if the authorities are not letting Auto Group do it properly,
Yeah.
the fact that Auto Group can create such a high quality product even in terms
Yeah.
of safety systems despite such restrictions
Yeah.
shows, you know, how talented our Sri Lankan engineers, R&D people, designers are. But that's something that needs to be looked into because, you know, you can't restrict mileage so much. And the other thing is also getting insurance. The moment you take these vehicles out,
Yeah.
you need insurance obviously because no matter how careful you are, you're at the mercy of others on the road.
That is
So
true.
maybe those are things that the regulatory and authorities should look into, to maybe help or to go about a bit more to do
Yes.
it. I mean, they're doing a spectacular product to help them take it to the even next level. I mean, because everything can be improved.
30 plus years, Asha.
Yeah.
Of
So
heritage
maybe
and
things like that,
Yeah, exactly.
could help.
Yeah. And I think we got a really interesting infotainment system right here, Ashok. I'm usually not a big fan of screens, but I think the way it looks, etc., I mean, it
Yeah,
really
you've
complements
got,
the styling of the overall vehicle. And
Yeah, it's a massive screen. I mean,
I like it.
and the AC vents are located lower down here.
Oh, right.
So I think
It's got a lot of AC vents, which I like. And of course, if you feel too warm or if you need some breeze in your hair, Ashok, you can always detach these roofs.
yeah, you can just
just seconds. Right?
take them down and then that's it,
Yeah.
basically. And then you have you're pretty cool.
And the dash is also a screen right here. It's quite interesting. I believe you can change the theme of the background and the backdrop as well. See, this is a moonshot green, right? The
Yes, it is.
Yeah, moonshot green.
Moonshot
Nice.
green, yes.
And I think it comes only in this color, this particular variant, if I'm not mistaken. But I think there are other variants which comes in a few other colors. And yeah. Oh, Ashok, how's it going?
Kind of to join me in here. It's very nice. I mean, very spacious. You can see we've got plenty of leg room. We've got
Yeah.
our own AC zone here.
Yeah.
Armrest with cup holders.
Yeah.
And of course, those lovely roofs.
Yes.
So maybe we should show people the front now.
Yeah,
no?
let's go, Ashok. Oh no,
Okay.
I think I'm stuck here. What do we do?
I can't open either.
Oh man.
Okay, right. Let's see. So if you get stuck in the back of your Hummer EV, what you can do is you can drop the window like that.
Yeah.
Reaching over, of course. And then you put your hand through here.
Okay, can you get me out too, Ashok?
That is actually a very good question. Bye, Mahen.
Oh no.